So I just want to start off by saying happy Father's Day for all of the great fathers all around the world. One sec. Actually, just the fathers in the UK and certain other countries. Merry Daddy's Day. In today's video, we have limited time discount codes, we have free VST plugins, we have a new library from ourselves over at Patent Sounds as well, which I'm so excited to get into, as well as some other really good deals that you should be looking at. But before we do get into any of that stuff, just a quick word from today's sponsors, DistroKid. So you finished your brand new song and you want to share it with the masses? DistroKid can help you out with that. DistroKid will share your music to all of the top streaming websites. They are the best at doing so and they are the quickest too. I could spend the whole video telling you how amazing their marketing tools are or how they can help you get special access to certain analytics. But what I would like to talk about is Artists for Change. Artists for Change allows artists to automatically donate a percentage of their royalties to charitable organizations and causes. So you can set a split percentage of your royalties that can go to a charity, which is an awesome idea. All of these artists right here have already done so, which is amazing. DistroKid are always thinking of new and amazing ways to revolutionize distributing music, and I think Artists for Change is an amazing and noble addition to their service. If you would like to sign up to DistroKid, feel free to use my 7% discount code. It's in the description below. Now let's get into the video. So first we're going to be checking out the Kalimba Plus by Patent Sounds. Okay, future me, so I've just got to the studio with my guy Era over there in the darkness, and we're going to be making a library using this Kalimba. For now we've got work to do, so we can't chat all day. I'll cut into the time lapse, and future me, if you don't mind doing some kind of voiceover, that would be great as well.
How many times do you reckon I should hit each note? 5?
So once we gathered all of the recordings, we put them into sections. We have dry, dark, lo-fi, plucky and funk. Dry is just the dry kalimba, and you can put your own effects on it, whatever you want to do with it, and all of the other groups have their pre-made effects on there. This is what it looks like in Kontakt. There is also a decent sampler version as well for you people that don't have Kontakt. In the Kontakt version here, we have a few dials to help you mold your sound to whatever project you're working on. In the download folder, you will have this picture right here, which will explain to you how the Kontakt library works. It's not too complicated, but it was worth putting in there. So to activate certain sounds, you have to click the key switches. You only have to click it once, you don't have to hold it down. You click it to change the sound essentially. So as you can see here, C0 is the dry, D0 is dark kalimba, E is lo-fi, F is plucky, and G is funk. So here are the keys down here highlighted in red. D0 is for the dark kalimba, so just click that once, and now you've activated that dark kalimba, and just to change the sound, just click a different red note. As you can hear there, you get a really nice kind of like detuned type of kalimba, kind of detuned, warped for like a trap type of beats. To put it into context, I've dragged some drums from the Phoenix drum kit into the production as well, just to give you a kind of sense of how it would sound in a real production. So the switch for lo-fi is E0, so you just click E. As you can hear there, typical kind of lo-fi type of sound. You can hear that wow and flutter and a bit of noise in there as well. And plucky is kind of like spacious. I could have imagined it in kind of like an EDM type of setting, so that's the example I'm going to give right now. So funk is the last key switch, G0. In the Decent Sampler, when you open the file, you will be presented with these options here. So there's no key switches or anything involved. You just simply click which one you want, and then you can instantly start getting creative with them. As you can see here, similar interface to the Kontakt one, you have your ADSR. And just to help you along on your Kalimba Plus journey, we have created a MIDI expansion pack, which is 12 MIDIs created specifically for the Kalimba Plus. You have 3 MIDIs from each genre here. So the Kalimba Plus is going to cost you £5 to buy the library, and if you want to buy the expansion separate, that's going to cost you £5 as well. But if you're going to buy the Kalimba Plus and the expansion together, we've put a bundle together called the Kalimba Plus bundle, and that's just going to cost you £8 together, so you have a bit of a discount if you do buy them together, and I'll link all of that below. So next up, the free Retro Vibes Lite plugin has had an update, so let's have a little flick through these presets, see what kind of sounds they have. Sounds pretty cool. I really like that dusty flute. That sounds awesome too, very 80s sounding. So next up we have Lo-Fi. So next, see, I was about to say Lo-Fi Lite. Next up we have Lo-Fi 2. So over the last year or so, I've fallen in love with Lo-Fi Lite number 1. Then Lo-Fi 2 came out, and I showcased the Lite version to you in my last video, and then I just thought, whilst it's on sale for $18, I might as well just bite the bullet and just get it. I know I'm gonna like it anyway, so I thought I'd show it to you guys in case you've got the Lite version and you're not quite sure how the full version would sound. Jeez, so you do get a hell of a lot more presets in the full version. I'm actually going to be using a melody from the Kalimba Plus MIDI expansion as well. Man, Another Dream is so cool. Like, I don't know, it's a mix between like lo-fi and kind of like old like 80s game sounding theme music. It's crazy. They have bass, drums. Honestly, there's so many presets in here. It's so crazy. They've got field recordings, which is, you know, sounds and Foley type stuff. Ambiences, like people walking and talking around, static. So yeah, that's a little loop of me using the bass, the texture, and one of the keys as well from the Lo-Fi 2 plugin. But that deal is finishing in a few days, I believe, as well. So if you are going to get it, now's the time. So next up is Bowels, the brand new VST plugin by Venatan. Don't worry about this price here on the screen. just stick around. So if you have any other Venatum plugins, you'll be very familiar with the GUI. It comes with a bunch of presets like you can see right here. Some of these presets are pretty wild, pretty like experimental type stuff. Definitely not your regular bowels, but if you are looking for clean sounding bowels, it does have a couple in there as well. And you can always select a bowel and then kind of mold it to however you want it to sound using the effects here, as well as switching out the layers and messing with this toggle here. This preset is pretty cool. When I say like wild and weird presets, some of them are like more like effects or like rises and falls. I really like that one as well. It started off, the preset was like gnarly, but if you like take gnarly, the preset started off with a lot of layers on, but I necessarily didn't like the tone off for this melody, so I just pulled it back a little bit. I turned a few things off, switched out a few layers, and next thing you know, we have this really clean sounding bell. So Venatum, being the cool people that they are, have given me a discount for this once again, so big shouts to them. All you have to do is add it to cart, type in bell Dixon 15 and you'll get a discount, but it's already cheap plugin, so if you do want that, it will be in the description below. So in my last video, I said to you guys, if you comment more June in the comment section below, I'll give you a shout out in my next video. Well, this is that next video, and here are the people that commented. If you would like a shout out in my next video, all you have to do right now is click like on this video, and in the comment section below just comment soon July and I'll give you a shout out in my next video. But please bear in mind, it is the first 20 people that comment that will get a shout out. Now let's get back into it. Next up is Corrosion. It's for the free decent sampler. It's by Fred. Don't want to ruin his last name. That's his name right there on the screen. So this is what it looks like indoor. This is one of the nicer decent sampler GUIs that I've seen. I really like the layout. So each one of these is a pad that you can turn off and on, as you can hear right there, or you can pan it left and right, or you can kind of like mix it as well, in and out, how much you want it to play. Obviously you can play them all together in some kind of epic cinematic type of pad, or you can just play one of them or two of them, or a collection of however many you want to play. But they sound awesome. My favorite one has to be this old Glimmers one here. It kind of sounds old and vintage like. Can definitely see someone using this in kind of like movie scoring or that kind of stuff. So next up is, don't do it. Do what? You can't showcase that plugin. Why not? They'll never take you seriously again. It's just a bit of fun, but there's no coming back from that. Okay. Okay. So next up is Fartman by RDG Audio. It has over 1,200 fart sounds that knock the wind out of you. What's his problem? So next up, Nectar Elements is only £10 at the plugin boutique at the moment. A massive discount on that from £111, which it normally is. Nectar Elements essentially helps you mix your vocals. The AI is supposed to make it sound better, or at least give you kind of a better starting point for you to kind of explore yourself. Here it is in DAW. I have a random acapella and I'm just going to see what it does.
When it rains, it pours, yeah. Yeah, yeah. When it rains, it pours. Yeah, yeah. When it rains, it pours. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh.
Cool, it's done its thing there. It gave a list of things it was doing whilst it was processing, which is quite cool to see what it's actually doing rather than letting it do its thing and not really knowing what's going on.
When it rains, it pours, yeah. Yeah, yeah. When it rains, it pours. Yeah, yeah. When it rains, it pours. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Only a subtle difference. I'm going to say it's because the acapella is pretty polished anyway, so I guess there wouldn't be much to change if it sounds great anyway. So I'm assuming this is going to work on vocals that need a bit of work doing to it, which would make sense rather than me putting a polished acapella in there for it not to be able to do much. But yeah, if you do want to further mix your vocals, there is a selection of tools right here for you to do so if you want to take it a bit further or maybe dial it down a little bit. So next up, Trash 2 plus some expansions is on sale from £85 just to £10, which is really good. I've had Trash 2 for a while now, absolutely love it. It's an effects plugin that really adds character to your bass lines. You can hit it to the extremes of like heavy rock type of music, or you can dial it down a little bit just so it has a little bit of edge. This is what it look like in your DAW. You have a few options: aggressive, experimental, etc, etc. I always go for like subtle because I don't want it to be too extreme, and you can always mess around with the dry and wet dial here either way. So this is the bass line we've got from one of our packs called Summer Days. You can hear that preset's adding a bit of an effect on it, making it seem like it's hitting much harder as well. And then you have the aggressive ones. What I like to do with these, I actually put these on my 808s, and not because they sound great, because they do, but just because some 808s have like a sub level where you can't really hear it on like mobile phones or maybe laptops. But if you add some kind of distortion on it, it kind of gives it a layer that's kind of audible on mobile phones and laptops. So that's why I do that as well. So here's a little loop I just put together with that acapella that we used Nectar on and the bass that we used Trash on. I threw the drums from earlier from the Phoenix drum kit on as well, and it actually sounds quite good.
When it rains, it pours, yeah. Yeah, yeah. When it rains, it pours. Yeah, yeah. When it rains, it pours. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. It's falling down now. It's falling down.
Sounding pretty cool. Might release it, might not. Just a reminder that the Analog Lab intro by Arturia only has a few more days of it being free, so if you don't have that, there's not much time left to get it for free. Also, just a reminder that Ozone Elements right now, which is normally £111, is 96% off if you use this code right here, PB5. I have no idea how long this code will last, so make sure you grab that before it's gone. Oh, and also if you do get the Lo-Fi 2 that I showcased earlier in the video, if you get it on ADSR, you can get the tape Mello-Fi for free, which is crazy, which actually goes hand in hand because the Lo-Fi 2 is a lo-fi type of plugin and the Mello-Fi is an effects plugin for lo-fi type of stuff. So if you would like any of the plugins or libraries from today's video, they'll all be in the description below as always. If you do get our Kalimba Plus library, feel free to show us what you can create with it. We're really excited to hear what other people do with our sounds. We are so close to 70,000 subscribers. I have this week been speaking to companies about doing sponsors for the giveaway, and some of the responses that they've came back with is absolutely crazy. I'm so excited to get these giveaways to you ASAP, so make sure you click subscribe and the notification bell so we can hit 70,000 subscribers sooner rather than later. I've been Dixon. If you would like more plugin videos, I'll leave one here and one here, and I'll leave a random video from the channel over there. Be safe, be productive, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one.